Everywhere you look, Gear 5 this, Gear 5 that. Whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even Facebook. It's gotten so bad that you have weirdos out there that decided to spread rumors saying that Warner Bros is gonna take over for episode 1071 and animate Gear 5. When was the last time your favorite anime did that? Never. Why? Because One Piece is the greatest fiction of all time. And because of that, the One Piece community is like none other. When was the last time your favorite anime got leaked? Never. But guess what? It happens in One Piece. And that's why in today's video, I really want to talk about what we could expect and the lineup that we're going to be getting. The all-stars that are going to be animating the greatest anime episode. Not One Piece. Anime episode of all time. To start it off, we got someone who isn't 100% confirmed to be on the episode, but he hinted at it on Twitter, and that's the one and only Charizard Vincent. Alright, quick disclaimer, I'm not the best at reading names, so I'm sorry, some of these names are gonna be absolutely massacred. In a Twitter post on July 16th, talking about how he helped out another animator with the most recent episode 1069, at the very end of the tweet, he finished it off by saying, "See you very soon." Okay, so I'm somebody that likes reading between the lines, okay, and it's a pretty obvious hint. Most likely, he's referring to episode 1071, and if not episode 1071, I think at least episode 1072. So with that being said, let's get into a deeper discussion about who Vincent is. He's somebody who's worked on Boruto, Black Clover, Mob Psycho, Fate series, and so on. But what he's mostly known for is his One Piece animation. Vincent has worked on 12 episodes in the series, ranging from episode 957, one of the greatest episodes in One Piece history, all the way to the most recent one in chapter 1069. Vincent has a very unique animation style. When you see it, you know it's him, because the way he does his animations, it looks like CGI, but it looks 2D at the same time. It's very 3D-esque. He likes to always pan into the character's face and really exaggerate their expressions in a good way, not in a bad way. That really emphasizes the moment, the face, you know, the expression this character's making. But what makes Vincent Vincent isn't actually his animation, but rather his impact frames. He does so much with just a couple frames. Vincent's impact frames are unlike anyone else's. It's gotten to the point that whenever people know that he's on the animation team for that episode, they specifically look for his frames, and rightfully so, because he leaves Easter eggs and foreshadowing in his impact frames. Like, I'll never forget it. Zoro versus King. In one of the frames, King literally grows up. He becomes an adult. He goes from a child to an adult within 5 or 6 frames. With the human eye, it's very, very hard to notice, but he still takes the time to do it. And that's why he'll forever be the best impact frame animator I have ever seen.
That's why he's the GOAT!
Moving on, we got Akira Ota, Ota's son, just because his name is so similar. Ota Jr. here has been animating since episode 542, but what he's known for isn't his previous animations, it's everything he's been doing in Wano. And let me just say this, he's come a very long way, and the stuff he's producing now, it's insane. Like, he did Marco vs Queen in episode 1025, Luffy vs Kaido in episode 1033. He did the most iconic Snake Man in the series to date. I don't care what anyone says, Snake Man vs Katakuri was cool, but Snake Man vs Kaido, when he hit him with Yamato, was the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And lastly, he did Sanji vs Queen in episode 1061. Now, the way he does his animations, it's so trippy. If you saw Marco vs Queen, when I first saw that, I was like, hold on, why are we panning so close to this guy's face, and why is it moving like that? It seems like he's liquid or he's flowing in some type of way. And at first I was like, man, this is but the more I kept seeing it, the more it grew on me. It's the way he does his acceleration animation. It is so good. Every time the character moves, the rest of his body moves in its own way. The skin, his hair, his mouth, it's not all just linear, it's all just moving fluently, and I don't want to say realistically because it's not really realistic, but it looks like they're moving at like Mach 5. But yeah, I really think he has some of the crispest animation, and I can't wait to see what he does with Gear 5. Next up, we got a household name here, Takashi Kojima. He was the one that did Zoro vs Killer. To this day, a top 3 animation for Zoro. He also helped with episode 1015, arguably the best episode up until now in the series. So what's not to like? His resume is there. Whenever you see the auras or the cubes and you see his name on the animation list, you know you're gonna get the best animation you've ever seen in your entire life. Moving on, we got Shinya Ohira, an animation pioneer. This guy's been around longer than majority of us. He even helped out with animes like Akira, Old JoJo, Gundam. The way he does his animations, it's very sketch-like and unpolished at the same time, but in a good way. It's got a sense of fluidity to it, sort of like Ota's, but not to the same extent. art. It's like you can see every single sketch, every frame he does, you can sort of see all the lines and all the pencil markings, but it looks so good. So I really can't wait to see how he does on a One Piece episode. Next up, we got Waylon Zhang. He is the LeBron James of hand-to-hand combat. He's the same person that did Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. Hate on Boruto all you want, because we know it's garbage. It's bad. It's very, very bad. But Momoshiki versus Sasuke and Naruto is one of the greatest hand-to-hand combat sequences I've ever seen. So y'all are telling me Monkey D. Luffy, the greatest MC of all time, is about to box and throw hands with Kaido? We're literally getting a best of both worlds. We're getting a little bit of Naruto with some One Piece. What's not to love? So Zhang has also worked on other series like Pokemon Twilight, Fate Grand Order, Mob Psycho, and the first opening of JJK, arguably the best one. And he's worked on other animes than just that. That's just a small sample. But yeah, at the end of the day, when you see Zhang on the list of animators for an episode, you can expect to have some of the best fighting sequences you'll ever see. Finally, I left the best till last. The Greg Popovich, the Steve Kerr of the animation world, Megumi Ishitani. Listen, you can have all the best animators in the world on one team, but if you don't have a good director, you're gonna get a bunch of inconsistent animation. You're gonna have a lackluster storyboard. Yeah, it'll look cool at times, but the story isn't gonna be storying. But what happens when you get some of the greatest animators in the world and then you put it with the greatest director in the world? You get the greatest anime episode ever. Megumi Ishitani, she is the one who did episode 957, episode 982 with Queen's Concert, and episode 1015, the greatest One Piece episode to date. She is so good at what she does. Even when you have the highest expectations possible, she somehow breaks them and exceeds what you thought was possible. Her choreography is so good that when she wants you to smile, she'll make you smile. If she wants you to be angry at something, she'll make you angry. She never has these stale moments in episodes. Like if you notice in One Piece episodes, there's always these moments that are just stale, where it's just freeze frames, nothing's really happening, there's just sort of talking. She doesn't do that. She finds a way to spice it up. Every interaction with the characters seems real, you know? Like Kinemon and Luffy. When Luffy walked in between Kaido and Big Mom to go see Kinemon, that was one of the saddest One Piece moments I've ever seen. She took what was already a really good panel in the manga and made it amazing. Made it 30 times better. So now all we have to do is just wait and see what she's able to do as we get closer to the Gear 5 date. I feel like we're going to be learning about other people who are on the team that we haven't heard of just yet. The material that the team has is insane. For 1071 at least, you have all of chapter 1044, which starts out pretty slow, but that's fine. That's the point. It's a setup for Gear 5. Nearing the end, around the last couple pages, we get peak action. I can't wait to see how Waylon Zhang will do some of these panels, like Luffy whipping Kaido around. You know for a fact they're going to be adding at least some anime only scenes, and I'm here for it because whatever we're going to get is going to be amazing. Make sure to let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on Gear 5th. Let me know if I forgot any animators that are on the list, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.